Hello, everyone. My name is Lean El Turkmani, and today I will be the host for this session. I am super excited and happy to be in this session because it's such a unique and amazing opportunity for you guys to finally accomplish your dreams and, like to work and slowly work towards your study abroad dreams. Um, First, I would like to know more about you guys. Where are you watching us from? And just if you want to share anything about your goals or your dreams with us, I would like to let you guys know that we do have a tab here where you can just tell us anything you need to tell us on this chat. And also, we do have a place where you can ask your questions to us, and we will do our best to answer you guys. So I can already see some comments from you guys. Thank you so much for answering. I can see that we have someone from Colombia. Thank you for sharing. Guys, I would like to also introduce you to Carol today. We have her here. Thank you so much for being here, Carol.
Thank you, Lynn. It's a pleasure to be here. I am Carol from Full Sail University, and I'll be talking to you guys about the creative economy, the media and entertainment, and emerging tech industries.
That sounds interesting. If you guys are interested in all of these creative industries and you would like to know more about all of that, then I can guarantee you that you are in the right place. So I would like now to give Carol the opportunity to start her own presentation and enjoy it, guys.
Thank you, Lynn. So, guys, it's a pleasure to be here with you today. Um, I don't know how many of you have heard about Full Sail University already. So, if you guys have been in contact with Full Sail University, please let us know through the chat. Just write that you know Full Sail University. And just for you guys to get acquainted and for us to take a couple of minutes now in the beginning to feel comfortable and get our mindsets to talk about the creative industry. I want us to start by learning why Full Sail is talking about this topic, right? What is Full Sail's relation with the creative industries, with the emerging technologies, and with media and entertainment? So, there is a little video that we're going to watch today. It's a 2-minute video, and it tells a little bit about Full Sail University through the work of our graduates. So I'm going to invite you guys to watch that video with me, and you will see a lot of projects. And at the bottom of the page, you will see names and professions. So the people that will appear at the bottom of the page of the screen, these are the graduates from Full Sail University that have worked in the projects that we're going to watch here. So after the video, you will see how Full Sail is integrated with the creative industry and the type of professionals that we put in the market. So on to the video, please.
The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes.
Having any fun yet?
And the Oscar goes to Dunkirk.
To my daughters, Luciana and Devin, I love you. Hang on to your dreams. They are so, so valuable. And to everybody at Full Sail University, I love you. I love you so much.
One, ignition!
All right, so this is a very short video that tells a little bit about Full Sail through the works of our graduates. All these projects that you could see in this video had the help of graduates from Full Sail University. And I know that many of us have played games that we saw here and have watched movies that were here. Many of us consume products from companies that appeared here, and we're very happy to be able to say that we have graduates that contributed to all these projects. I separated 3 questions that we're going to project here in the format of polls for us to get to know you guys a little bit better and to understand how much you guys know about the creative economy, the creative industry, and the emerging technologies. So the first poll that I'm going to ask you guys to answer is about your knowledge on the creative industry. So if you guys could let us know the best answer, the answer that fits the most your current situation, how do you rate your knowledge about the creative economy? You know a lot about it, or you've heard about it, but you're not really sure what it is, or this is the first contact that you guys are having with this. If you guys could select the best option and submit your vote, please. Let's see the answers that we have here coming from you guys. So far, we have about 50% of I've heard about it, but I'm not sure what it is. And 50% of you guys are saying this is the first contact that you're having with this. All right, I'm happy you guys are here because now you're going to learn a lot about the creative industry, what it is, and how it's connected to us. Now, the second question that I am going to ask you guys is about creativity and technology. So if we can project the poll here so that our friends can vote. The question is, do you think creativity is connected to technology? And your possible answers are yes, definitely, or not really, or I never thought about it. What does your instinct tell you about it? What is the relation between is there a relation between creativity and technology? And let's see how you guys are going to vote for that one. And that's kind of a paradigm, right? Because when we look at creativity and we look at technology, and many times we see them as distant. So I just want to know how you guys see that these topics are related. All right, so we have 100% of the votes saying yes, definitely. And that is awesome because yes, they are definitely connected, especially now, right? We're looking at an era where we're being replaced in a way by machines, right? Everything that can be repeated can be done by a machine. And if a machine does it, then what do we humans do? So what we do is only what demands creativity, because if there is one thing that a machine cannot be, is creative. A machine can be programmed. A machine can rearrange information. So in a way, it produces different stuff, but it doesn't mean the machine is being creative. It's just executing what it was programmed to execute. So it will always belong to us, the role of being creative and coming up with new products, new services, new ideas, and then use machines and technology to find the better way to implement every new idea that we have. So currently, creativity and technology, they're super related, right? Being creative means you're creating new stuff. and you will need to be knowledgeable in about technology so that you can actually put your new ideas into place. All right, the last question that I have to ask you guys is a question about what kind of professional you think engineers are. So if we can project the poll here so that everyone can vote. The last question that I have here for you today then is, can an engineer be a creative professional? Yes, of course, or no, engineers are professionals that deal with numbers, or it depends on the engineer. Is it up to the engineer? Is it up to the career of engineering, or engineering or engineers have zero to do with creativity? Let's see how you guys vote. And then we will start talking about the creative industry and how all of this is related. So far, the answers that we have show 64% of you guys voting for yes, of course. Engineers can be creative professionals. 36% of you are saying it depends on the engineer. Of course, it always depends on the professional, right? And I am happy to say that no one voted for engineers are just professionals that deal with numbers, because this is very old school, right? But 20 years ago, people would say, if you like humanities, then you are creative, you have more artistic trends, right? You should work on something that is more related to the to arts, literature, or performing arts, creating stuff. If you were a number oriented person, then you would naturally go to one of the engineering opportunities at the time. That's not true anymore. And I cannot think of a professional that is more creative than an engineer, because engineers solve problems in a new way, right? How can you do that if you're not a creative professional? If you don't understand how to reorganize information and come up with new possible solutions. So definitely engineers are creative people. All right, so with that, let's start our conversation for today. So I don't know if anyone here have ever been to this company. It's called the iFly company, and they offer a simulation for a parachute jump without the parachute. So this is really like a free fall. And what they have created here is a tunnel of wind that simulates what happens when you jump from an airplane with or without a parachute. And this is, I always like to start that conversation with this image, because this represents a very creative product. This is currently one of the most expensive entertainment products in every country, where you pay an interesting price to have that experience for 10 or 15 minutes at most. So if you see how much you're paying by minute, it is a considerable investment, but it's a unique experience, right? And if you think because without an engineer, that just wouldn't work. This product, the iFly company, it comes from the industry of simulation and visualization. We're happy to have a bachelor's degree at Full Sail University on Sim and Vis. And this program will help people that want to be a part of that industry. So you create simulators, prototypes, and you can either develop these products into something by itself. Like, for example, this started as a training for pilots, right? Because they would have to learn how to execute a parachute jump. But then it became an entertainment product. So this is how the creative industry works. It doesn't need to be related to arts. It has to be related to creating new stuff. And nowadays, using technology when you create this new product. Something that is very connected to the entertainment, the media and the entertainment industry, is designing the journey that we want a client to have in our company. As consumers, we now want to be surprised, right? We don't want to just receive what we pay for. We want to receive more than what we are expecting. We always expect that wow factor, like, whoa, that service was awesome, so much more than what I expected. And usually the professionals from marketing that will design the customer's experience also work for the creative industry. So we have a video that I want you guys to watch next that will show the customer journey, the customer experience that iFly currently offer.
iFly is where you experience the thrill of freefall without jumping from an airplane. When you arrive, you begin by checking in for your flight. Next, you head up to the flight deck where you can watch other groups fly before it's your turn. When it's time to begin your training, your instructor greets you and brings you to the classroom. The classes can have up to 12 flyers in each one. Then, for about 10 minutes, your instructor will teach you about the basics of indoor skydiving and explain how they'll communicate to you with hand signals in the flight chamber. iFly provides all your skydiving equipment, minus the parachute. The flyers then take turns in the wind tunnel, flying on the wall-to-wall column of air, one at a time with the instructor's assistance. Here, you get a close-up view of everyone's flight and a chance to hone your skills as you learn from others. The instructors are highly trained and always stay close by while you learn to fly like a skydiver. The thrill of flying your body in high-speed wind is an unforgettable sensation. At the end of the session, your instructor will put on an aerial performance. Then, all flyers receive a certificate commemorating their first flight. iFly takes videos and photos of your flight that are available for purchase to capture the moment forever, as well as iFly shirts and other cool merchandise to remember your flight. iFly offers discounted flight time to return flyers as well as the opportunity to progress into maneuvering, flying with your friends, advanced maneuvers, and even competitions.
Not sure you guys can hear me. Can you guys write on the chat, please, if you can hear me? It looks like I had a little internet connection problem here. All right, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. So we just saw the video about the iFly experience, right? You don't just go there and have the jump. You go there and you go through a set of different activities, and that's what we call the journey, right? And if you guys have ever been to Orlando, you know that in every ride that we go, what awaits for us in the end is usually a store, right? And if we had a good journey, what we do when we get to the store is we want to buy something. We want to take a little bit of that experience home with us so that we can remember what happened to us. We want to make it eternal. And this is a creation of the creative economy. These are people from the creative industry that will design that journey and transform what is a product or a service into a real experience. Another very important area of the creative industry that I want to present to you guys today is the game industry. Do you guys play video games? If you do, please let me know what you play, because we have many graduates, as you saw in the initial video, that have worked in some major games that we all play around the globe. This picture is a picture that shows a little bit of all the layers of professionals that work in the game industry. If we look at the stage, we can see the image of the game. There is a team in red that is playing against the team in blue. These are esports athletes, right? Esports is considered to be as much as a sport as soccer or volleyball or basketball. So this is an esports tournament. And if we think, I like this picture because it's easy to go through all the different layers of professionals. So if we think of the game they're playing, imagine all the professionals that had to work together so that that game was made available, not only to the tournament, but for us to buy and have it at home or download it from a digital platform. So we have game artists that create everything that we see in a game, the characters, the scenarios, right? All the visual effects that the game has. We have the game designers that create the idea of the games, the different levels that the games will have. They integrate, they work with all the teams to make sure the game will be launched, and the game developers that do all the programming to guarantee that the game will actually work. So we have all these different professionals creating games, and then we have business and marketing people putting those games available to be purchased, right? Either physically through media with a CD or a DVD, or online when we pay to download it from a platform, or even on a mobile platform when sometimes we don't even have to pay to play a game, but companies play to advertise on that game, right? So we have all these people creating games and making these games available to the market. Then we have the layer of the esports professionals, the players, the athletes. Think of them as soccer players, right? Soccer players, they will have people that will prepare them physically, like physiotherapists. They will go to the gym because they also need to exercise different muscles than what a soccer player would exercise, but they also have to exercise. They have injuries in their body because of repeated movements that they do, so they need to work a lot with their bodies. They have shrinks that will help them mentally be prepared for the games. They have companies that invest in them, so they have to honor their sponsorships that they received. So think of everything that a soccer player will have in terms of infrastructure. Esports athletes will have the same structure, and everyone working in this structure is working for the creative industry. Now, if you see kind of in the middle of the picture, there are two other stages, and these are the audiovisual people, the people that are capturing this image to throw it on a streaming session, right? So you have people getting the image, you have people deciding how the image is going to be framed, what is going to be showed. If this tournament is being presented live through YouTube or Discord or Twitch, there is someone sending the image, doing the what we call the switching, deciding what is going to be cut and put and sent to the link that is being transmitted. We also have the sportscasters, the people that narrate the game. So think of all these different people, right? Selling games, making money by playing games, and also helping the industry to monetize on tournaments when this is transmitted live. Together with that, this is one big event, right? So you have all the professionals that organize this event, the tickets that were sold, food and beverage that were sold during the event, and all the products that we buy that have the franchise, that have the brands of the games that we love. These are millions and millions of professionals working in the game industry. This is why it's called the game industry, because of all the different people that work to make this industry the second industry in growth around the globe as we are speaking now. All right, so if we see the next example that I brought here, I bet you guys know this company. If you guys can write on the chat to me the name of the company and what this company does. Let me know if you guys know the name of this company and what they do. Because every time I ask that question, depending on the audience that I have a different answer. I can see some of you are typing. Don't be shy. Please send me your answers. And I will tell you, I put this company here because to me, this is one of the best examples of a creative company. They started doing something very traditional, and today they are one of the most innovating brands that I know. They use a type of marketing campaign that is very special. It's called transmedia storytelling, meaning they tell stories in different platforms. So you might go, they have an amusement park, right, in Orlando, close to our campus. So imagine you can go and you can interact with them in this amusement park, and you have one experience there with them. You can also purchase their products and you have another experience with them. They have lots of movies like this one that we are watching, and the one that is showing on that slide. This is a movie, right? And we paid to, it could be a marketing campaign, right? But it wasn't treated as a marketing campaign. It became a product from the company, and it generated revenue because we paid tickets to go there, watch that movie. So I don't believe you guys don't know Lego, right? Don't be shy, just write on the chat. So this is Lego, and usually older people will say Lego is a toy company, and younger people will say Lego is a gaming company. Lego is a company that produces experiences, or a company that produces movies, or Netflix shows, because they are everywhere, right? And this is what a transmedia company does. So if you think of the power of what they do, they are super creative. They innovate in every market that they enter, and they offer you several different types of platforms for you to interact with them. This is, to me, one of the best experiences when we talk about brands that use technology and creativity to evolve forever. They are never the same. They're always testing with new products, and they carry an amazing audience with them everywhere they go, right? All right, let's see the next example that we have here. So what is going on here on this picture is that this kid is being vaccinated, right? He's taking a shot. And at the same time he's being vaccinated, he's also using a virtual reality gear. So he's watching a virtual reality content. At the same time, he's receiving a needle in his arm. There is a video that I separated for you guys, and I would like for us to watch that video. I don't know, it might be in Portuguese. If it is in Portuguese, I apologize, because this is a company in Brazil that created that. But you can get the gist of the idea. You can, just by looking at the video, you will understand what they've done. It's not just any content that he's watching in VR. What this company created is a specific content that prepares the kid to receive. I'm sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, okay, not anymore. Sorry about it. So the content that the kid watches in VR prepares the kid for the vaccine he's going to receive. Let's watch this video.
De tirar a agulha? Tem uma agulhinha. Tenho, mas é pequenininha. A mãe tá aqui pra te ajudar.
Não quero, eu não quero. Eu quero, já tenho 5 reais.
É só você usar o
Ai, eu quero.
Tudo bem, Luigi? Você gosta de super-herói?
Oi! Você voltou! Você voltou! Nossa, eu não posso acreditar! Ó, primeiro o pólen de gelo. É bem rapidinho. Vem cá, peraí. Pronto. Agora o fruto de fogo. Mas ó, vamos lá. Bem rapidinho. Peraí. Deixa eu pegar aqui. Vai, escudinho. Vai, escudinho. Funciona, funciona, funciona. Obrigada, obrigada.
Caramba, filho. O que você acha disso? Legal.
É a primeira vez que eu vejo, em 15 anos da minha atuação profissional com vacinas, que a realidade virtual pode transferir a dor em entretenimento.
Ele chorou em todas que ele tomou desde que ele nasceu.
E dessa vez não. Até achei que ela ia dar um showzinho aqui hoje.
Porque quando eu era pequena tinha medo, mas agora não tem mais não.
So you guys see, I'm sorry again that this was in Portuguese, but you can see how they created a journey, right? It's a content that matches what's happening with the kid. And that was created by a team of creative professionals. So there is a plot, and the kid understands. He knows precisely when he's taking the shot. He's not being distracted. He's being trained to take the shot. Now, imagine if you have a kid, imagine how much more you would pay for your son to have that experience instead of the regular traumatizing experience. I know in Brazil there are even hospitals, kids hospitals, that will offer a VR experience like this, a virtual reality experience like this, in all the areas where kids need to deal with needles, because it is difficult, right? Let's face it, not even we that are adults, we don't like it. A kid will really be afraid of anything that has to be done with a needle. So think about it. Even if you want to work in the medicine industry, there is application in every industry. If you are creative and if you know how to use technology in favor of your career, you can create products and projects that will make your business unique in the market, as they did here with that vaccination clinic. Now, I don't know if there is anyone here thinking of working with journalism, with media and communications. That's, again, another industry that is receiving a lot of content coming from the creative industry. Sadly, not always the content is positive as we would like it to be, but the content is definitely there, and it is going to increase, right? As computer animation becomes more and more common, and we can create digital versions of ourselves, then we can create digital content and generate videos. And as the resolution of these videos become more and more similar to what we see in real life, it becomes difficult to understand or to differentiate what is a real video, like an honest video really recorded by the person that is speaking, and what is fake news. So I separated a video. If you play games, or if you have ever tried to develop a game, you must be familiar with Unreal. This is an engine that is used to create lots of games. An engine, Unreal Engine, some years ago created a software called MetaHuman Creator, which is like an avatar creator. But the difference here is that it is very easy for someone to create his or her virtual version, digital version, what we call an avatar, but Unreal named a MetaHuman. Let's watch the next video and then talk about all the possibilities that are open when this technology is used. Oops, sorry, let me go back.
I could be one of many.
主人公にだってなれる。
Je pourrais être architecte.
Ou guide.
Quizá un artista.
You create the narrative.
I am MetaHuman.
All right, so this is just a little fragment of what one can do with the software MetaHuman from Unreal. And the cool thing is that we could all go there and create our digital versions. What does that mean? It means that we will be able to exist in digital platforms as we want to. It's not going to be something that only companies are going to be able to do. You can already, if you have time, just go to YouTube. Unreal and MetaHuman is for free. There are lots of tutorials online, and you can learn how to create a digital version. Imagine when the metaverse is installed and we are living in the physical world, but also in the digital world, and you have your MetaHuman. So think about when we talk about creating content, communicating stuff, think about how that can be used. We were talking about journalists. Imagine when there is some piece of news that is urgent and has to be communicated, instead of having to put together a crew of a team of journalists to communicate that live. If you are a journalist and you are respected, a TV channel might want to just purchase the right to use your digital image, and through that right, just offer that piece of news, creating your digital version and creating the text that your digital version will read. And I am not talking about creating fake news. I'm talking about using avatars or using MetaHumans to just expedite, to make the communication process flow in a quicker manner, right? To be available to more people in a shorter period of time. Imagine how actors and actresses can use their images to be in the metaverse and do marketing campaigns, activation campaigns. And talking about the metaverse, the next video we're going to watch is one of the versions that Walmart has published as a possible metaverse experience. It's being experimented in the US. Let's have a look to see again what the metaverse might look like if you were purchasing something at Walmart.
Great. Looks like you need a good wine pairing. Take a look to your right. Your age has already been pre-verified through your profile, so no need to wait for an ID check. Just place the item in your cart whenever you're ready. I'm getting a notification from your connected smart fridge. It looks like you already have a full gallon of milk at home. Should we put this one back? Hey, good news, your oil change is done. Your vehicle will be ready at the Tire and Lube Express. I've added the service charge to your cart. Now for the fun stuff, to electronics. You definitely saved the best for last. This TV has great reviews on Walmart.com. Add it to your cart, and I'll have it brought to the front for you. Need any accessories? Here are some options on Jet.com. Looks like that's everything on your list. Are you ready to check out with Walmart Pay? I'll have the TV brought out to your car. Thanks for shopping at Walmart and have a great day.
So just imagine all the different types of professionals that worked together to create that experience, and imagine what it will be like in the future when we can actually visit that environment from anywhere around the globe. There is so much here, right? There are things that are already in place when we talk about marketing and monitoring one's habits and needs. This is already happening, but it's happening in our current internet experience that we have. When you take it to the metaverse, then you just enhance it. You create a 3D universe that you really feel you are inside. And what I love the most about this is very controversial, right? Some people love that idea of the metaverse, and some people hate it. Some people don't really understand how it works. The one thing I love the most here is that you don't need to walk around the digital store. Depending on what you want to purchase, the aisle will come. So you stand and the aisle comes and goes as you choose your products. And then, of course, you will have visibility on all the data about that product. And if you have at home, if you have your fridge connected to the internet, if you have your house connected to the internet, then you can also benefit from receiving input from your gear from home to help you purchase something. And again, think about how that can interact with you, both as with you being a professional that works in that kind of project, and also with you being the consumer that will use this to purchase the items that you need to have at home. It's a whole new world, right? And it is coming. It's a whole new talk if we start talking about the metaverse, but it is coming. Experiences are being launched and being tested, and sooner than what we think, we are going to be all living, if we want, right, in the metaverse. Not 100% of the time, but it's going to be like the internet. Nobody asks you if you know how to use the internet when you are going for a job interview, because everyone assumes you know how to deal with the internet. It's going to be the same with the metaverse. And just because I don't want us to only be talking about those big brands with lots of revenue and money to invest, I don't want us to leave that conversation thinking that the creative economy is only for companies with big pockets. I also wanted to bring here possibilities for small companies, right? To show that it all depends on how we decide as professionals to face our career, and how we decide to use the creative economy and the emerging technologies to bring more value to what we produce. What this image has is a drink that, well, every drink that you buy is a liquid inside of a recipient, right? It can be a bottle like this one, it can be a can, but that's basically what a drink is. So we usually pay a certain amount of money for a soda or a beer or a bottle of wine. But now, how much are we willing to pay if the label of that drink allows some augmented reality interaction with us? And augmented reality is the same technology that Pokemon Go uses, right? You point your computer at your cell phone at something, and if there is a Pokemon there and you have your Pokemon Go app turned on your phone, you're going to see a Pokemon in augmented reality that is not really there, right? It's just being protected by the app. The same thing here. And the cool thing about using that kind of technology is that the cost for it is just the development of the app, but then it's the same label and it's the same printing. So you don't have to invest more on your product. You invest only in the app, and then you create this whole new level of experience to your clients, and anyone can do that. There is a company that, I don't know why okay, no, let me go back. My internet is really not helping us. I'm so sorry. So this is the last project that I saw that I brought for us to see today, and it's for a coloring book. So imagine if you have kids and your kids are learning how to use pencils, right? They're learning how to write, they're learning how to paint, and you buy them a book for them to color. And then this book comes with an app, and you can see the drawings that your kid painted in augmented reality. Again, think about it. It's the same cost for the book, it's just the cost for the app. Let's see what this company has created. So you see, if it's for any company, right? Any one of us could right now download an app and create an interface that uses augmented reality. But now, if you have a kid, imagine how much you're willing to pay for a paper book and how much you're willing to pay for the same paper book, but that comes with an integration with augmented reality. That's the change that you make when you integrate creativity and emerging technologies to a company, right? So what we want to see here, what we want to talk about here is how you can integrate a creative career. And it only really depends on you. Remember that first question about the engineer. All of us, regardless of the career that we're going to have, we might be creative professionals or we might not be creative professionals. It really depends on the engineer. It depends on us, right? You can be an architect that by origin is usually a creative career. You can be an architect that doesn't really create anything, that just copies what is already happening around the world, just copy projects. There is no creativity there. You can also be an engineer that is super creative. You can be a doctor that is super creative. And then if you are using, as long as you're using your creativity and your technology skills, then you are being a part of that industry. And that, I personally don't think it's a choice. I think it's a path we need to pursue, because this is what will guarantee us a place in the market in the next 5, 10, 15 years. Again, everything that can be repeated will be done by machines more and more. Our best qualities, our best assets are in our capability to create stuff, to be creative. And let's face it, today, very little of what we can create will be known by the globe if we don't integrate it with technology. So that's the outcome that I would love for you guys to leave today with it in your brain, imprinted in your brain, right? Remember, you need to be creative and you need to know about technology, because when you put these two things together, creativity and emerging technologies, then you become a professional that the industry will want. So in the next 5 minutes, I'm just going to give you guys some examples of careers that you might want to think about. And if you think about it, Full Sail can help you start your career in these industries, because we have degrees in each one of these industries. We have certificates that will take 7 months for you to complete, and you can take them online or on campus. We have bachelor's programs that are immersive undergraduate programs, 2 years, in what the industry usually, other universities usually will take 4 years for you to take a bachelor's. At Full Sail, you can take them in 2 years. And I promised to FPP that everyone that is here, I promised that everyone that attended this webinar, if you guys want to apply to study at Full Sail, we're going to help you guys apply without having to pay the application fee. So let us know if you would like to understand how studying at Full Sail works. Just send us an email. You can send me an email. This is my email address, and we can help you guys complete your application without having to pay for the application fee. Of course, you will have to invest in the degree. We have scholarships that go from up to 20 to 25, 30% of the cost of the degree, but there is an investment you're going to have to make. Just for the application, you won't have to invest anything. So some of the careers that I want to bring to your attention now are in these 8 different industries. So the music and recording industry, everything has a soundtrack, right? There is music or audio in everything. And some of the careers that might be interesting if you love music and audio is the mixing engineer career or the sound effects editor. You can become a game sound designer. If you enjoy games and you enjoy music or soundtracks, you can specialize in sound for gaming. You can also become a specialist in lighting and even drones. You know, I always saw, before working for Full Sail, I was always thinking about like who programs drones for, like when we watch the Super Bowl and Lady Gaga is singing and there are drones dancing around her. Who does that? That's the type of professional that does this. Again, in the industry, in the game industry, some of the possible careers for you could be artificial intelligence programmer, or you can become a usability researcher. You play to find out ways to improve the experience that the player has in the games. You can become a character modeler. You just create characters and environments. You can become a mission designer. So you specialize in creating levels and the mission of the character in each one of different levels that the game will have. Lots of opportunities in this industry. Art and design is, I think, one of the most well-known creative industries. We all know a marketing person, someone who works with marketing. We all know someone who designs logos and marketing materials. Some of the possible careers here are art director, graphic designer. You can become a brand specialist. You can become a motion graphics artist. And we spoke a little bit about the metaverse, but imagine who will be the professionals that will create all the visual assets that will be used in the metaverse. That's a whole new profession coming up, right? When we talk about the film and television industry, we usually tend to think of the big directors like the Spielbergs around the globe, but there are so many other. I bet you guys have watched Marvel movies, and we all stay until the end of the film, right, to watch the teaser that comes after all the credits. And we are there sometimes for 10 minutes waiting for the credits. All those credits are the names of the professionals that worked on those pieces, and it's hundreds of professionals, sometimes thousands of professionals. These are just some careers that might be interesting to you. You can be a director. You can be a props technician, meaning you create gear that will be used only for that audio visual piece. Like you create the Batmobile for the Batman movie. That's what a props technician does. You can be a special effects makeup artist. You can be an editor. So many different careers also that are possible for the film industry. When we talk about technology, that market won't stop growing, right? Web developer, data security, mobile applications designer, simulation programmer, and the list goes on and on and on, and it will only grow. Talking about now the media and communications industry, as again, social media becomes bigger and bigger, we have more space for people that create content, written content for social media and everything else that exists in the media and communication industry. So you can become a content developer, a script writer, a photojournalist, a PR specialist. PR today, imagine all those social media crises that happened. You need someone to manage them, and this is a PR specialist. And then finally, people that monetize on ideas. If you only have a good idea, but that's not sustainable, then probably your company is not going to be successful. You need some business people to help you monetize on your idea, to help you make money with your idea. So again, some of the possible careers here are related to entertainment, but come on, business people work anywhere. Now, if you are a business person that has this focus on creativity and technology, there is a space for you everywhere. And again, for us to finish, sports and esports, right? Business. You can be very successful if you love the game industry, but you want to work more in the business area or the monetizing challenges of that area. Sports or esports business is an industry that is growing exponentially, right? As I said, the gaming industry is the second industry in the globe in growth. The first one is the medicine industry, and it only grows because of how it's using technology to its own benefit. So I hope this has been inspiring. And we still have 4 minutes if you guys have questions. So if you have any questions, let me know. We still have a couple of minutes here to answer. You have my contact information here. Let us know if we can help you start pursuing a career in any of these industries that we saw here. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carol, for that. We do still have a few minutes for the questions, and we do have a question here from a student, Allison, asking if students under 18 can apply to the university.
Yes, good question, Alison. For you to take an undergraduate degree, a bachelor's degree, what you need to have is you need to have graduated from high school. I graduated from high school when I was 17. So it is okay if you are not 18. What you need to have is your high school diploma. For the certificate, there are ways for you to start the certificate when you are still finishing your high school. So if you're doing the last year of high school and you want to start your certificate, it is possible. So you can advance and start before your friends will start.
Awesome. So, guys, if you are still curious to know more about Full Sail University, you still have the time to do that now. And if you can't think of any question now, you can still reach Carol and Full Sail University on the contact information that is provided on screen. So, a lot of the students are always curious to know more about the application process. How can they start by applying to the university?
Lynn, Full Sail is very different, right? We didn't talk a lot about Full Sail. We spoke about the industries where our students go work for, but the process is a little different from other universities. We don't use the Common App. We have our special application process. Usually everything starts with an interview. So prospects or people that are interested in becoming a graduate will be interviewed by someone from Full Sail, because it's very important for us to understand how much that person is connected to the industry that he or she wants to be a part of. That's essential for us. If you take into consideration that all our degrees are immersive, it means an average of 8 hours per day of classes, plus the projects that the students need to develop. And we only have 2 weeks off during the year, 1 week between Christmas and New Year's and another week during spring break. The rest of the year is intense. So that's the number one step, really understanding the model, the educational model from Full Sail. And then in the interview, you kind of have to prove to the admissions guys that will talk to you that you are familiar with the process and you are happy to dedicate 2 years of your life to just study, right? Then after the interview, if you are admitted by the representative that will talk to you, then you're going to be recommended to do your application. This is what I said. If you guys want to start the process, let me know, because then we're going to interview you and we're going to send you to the application form with a waiver. And then after that, it's taking care of documents. It usually takes about 3 to 4 months to get all your documents. And then if you want to we have degrees that are taken online and degrees that are taken on campus. For the on-campus degree for international students, you need to work on your visa process. it depends on the country. It might take more time or less time. I know in Brazil it's taken about a month, not more than that, if you are taking a bachelor's degree, right? So you work on your visa, and then we recommend, if you're studying on campus, for you to arrive 1 month prior to the start date. We have start dates every month, so you don't need to wait for September. You can start at any time, but then interview, application, documents, visa, and then get to the campus 1 month prior to your classes just to get acquainted, and then you start.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all these details. We do have another question from Relitza, asking what profiles does the media and communication includes?
What different courses maybe? What are the prices about different profiles? Is that the question?
No, the question was what profiles does the media and communication includes? I think
so. Maybe courses?
Yeah, I think could be courses, or maybe if you would like to clarify on your question, Relitza, so that Carol can answer that. But we will move on to another question for now. The question is, what are the prices about different profiles? So I'm assuming it was also courses.
Yeah, so for me, if you go to our website, Relitza, you're going to see all the different degrees that we have. So we don't have minors and majors. You pick a track, and the whole course is programmed for you. So if you go to Full Sail University's website, it's fullsail.edu. You go to Media and Communications, you will see all the programs. We have over 140 different degrees. So I don't know all of them by heart, but in Media and Communications, for example, you can take a bachelor's in creative writing. And that will give you the ability to write scripts for games, for TV shows, for movies, for anything that you want to write about. That's one of the bachelors that we have. We also have a degree called Media and Communications, which will teach you how to create commercial audiovisual materials. And then if you go to the website, you will see all the courses. You can click in each one of the courses that is included in the degree that you're interested, and you will have a brief explanation of what you will learn in each one of the courses. And you can also find all the tuitions on the website for all the degrees. All the information is there. You can also find all the scholarships. Everything is there. But because it's a lot of information, and because there are so many different choices, you can count on us to help you go through the website. We can have a call and guide you through the website and show you where all this information is if you cannot find it by yourself. It is tricky. It's a lot.
Yeah, awesome. But that's really helpful. Make sure to check that out, guys, the website, so you can know more about the options. Another question is from Heather, asking, when is the last day to start the process of the application?
Great question, Heather. As I said, we have start dates every month, so we don't have a deadline for you to apply. If you go to our website now and you look for the possible start dates, you will see we have start dates for December, January, February, March, April. So it's up to you. Just have in mind that as an international student, it might take anything between 3 to 6 months for you to have your process finalized. So if you were thinking of going to Full Sail, you were not going to be able to start in January. You should probably start looking for a March or April date so that you have time to organize your schedule. But everything is flexible, so you can start at any time.
Awesome, thank you. And another student want to know if you offer any kind of internships.
We do offer internships opportunities for our students on campus. We have lots of different agreements with companies, and we really prioritize the hands-on experience. But for you to be eligible for these internships, you need to be studying on campus, and you need to have good grades, because whenever we have, the Full Sail campus is very different. We have 4 live venues. We have a gaming lab that is used by the biggest studios around the globe. We have the biggest esports arena in a collegiate in the US is in our campus. So there are events, like real life events happening every day. And as a student, you are invited to participate, and there are internships that are offered to these projects, but you need to apply to them. And then you are competing against other students. So the students that will actually get these opportunities are the ones with the highest grades, and the ones that behave properly, that acts like professionals, right?
Interesting. Yeah, thank you for that. And how does the accommodation work?
Oh, accommodation. That's a whole other conversation. So our campus is on 24/7. We have classes from Monday to Monday. Anytime during the day, students are having classes, because imagine that you have your classes with the teachers, and then you have time allocated for you to work on your projects. So the campus works 24/7 every day. So we have no accommodations inside the campus. What we do have is companies that give support to our students so that they can rent an apartment in the surrounding area near the campus. And we help students pair with other students if they want to share an apartment. I've seen students dividing a flat, an apartment, with up to 4 different people. But then you need to live outside of the campus, because the campus is insane with the amount of stuff that happens. We always prefer if grads can have a little bit of quiet, so that they can rest and study if they need to study outside of the campus. So you need to rent an apartment.
Awesome, thank you. And finally, the last question that a lot of students were asking about is, do you offer any scholarships?
We do have scholarships. We don't have a lot of full ride scholarships. We have 3 full ride scholarships, and they're all related to emerging technologies. So again, if you go to the website, you will find scholarships, and then you can go to international scholarships. You will find the Women in Tech scholarship. That's a full ride scholarship for any tech degree, only for women. And you will see the process for you to try to apply to that scholarship. And the other 2 are just called emerging technologies, and they are available for men or women. Again, it has to be related to a technology degree, and you need to go through that. It's a process with 3 rounds of selection, but then you don't pay for anything, and you get the whole degree for free for the scholarship. Now, the other programs will have regular scholarships that will vary from 20 to 30% of the cost of the degree. And for every scholarship that you apply, you need to create an essay. You need to write an essay and send to the university, and then you can get up to the amount for that scholarship. Again, if you go to the website, International Scholarships, you will be able to download the International Scholarship Guide.
Perfect. And we do have a question here from Heather asking, does the university have advisors that we can talk to?
Career advisors for you to decide on your program, probably, right? We do have, and we have people that are specialized in talking to international future students. So definitely, if you want to talk to one of our advisors, just send me a message, and I'm going to connect you to one of them.
Perfect. So that was it for today's live. Thank you so much, everyone who was here. I hope you find it very beneficial today. And thank you so much, Carol, for being here and letting the students know about all the amazing opportunities. And we hope to see you again, guys, in our live sessions and on the Student World events. Thank you so much, Carol, for being here.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, guys. And us if you want to start a career in these industries. Bye-bye, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Goodbye.
Hey, guys.